Hello 9th standard students. In this video, I am going to continue the lesson Matter Around Us. In the previous video, we learnt about classification of matter. Matter can be classified into pure substances and impure substances. Impure substances are known as mixture. Then pure substances further divided into compounds and elements. Then mixtures are classified into homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixtures are contains alloys and solutions. Then heterogeneous mixtures contains suspension and colloids. Before we know about the compounds, I want to say the differences between elements and compounds. Element consists of only one kind of atom. Compound consists of two or more elements that are chemically combined in a fixed ratio. Elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances by physical or chemical methods. The components of a compound cannot be separated by chemical and electrochemical methods. An element is a pure substance made up of same type of atoms. A compound contains atoms of different elements chemically combined together in a fixed ratio. An element is represented using symbols. A compound is represented by using a formula. An atom is the smallest unit that shows all the properties of an element. For example, an atom of iron shows the properties of that metal. A compound is made up of the same type of molecules. For example, water contains only molecules of water. A mixture is an impure substance. So mixture is made by mixing other substances together. Is air a pure substance or mixture? Air is a mixture of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases. So when two or more substances mix with each other without any chemical change, the resulting substance is called mixture. For example, lemonade. Lemonade is a mixture because sugar, water and lemon juice are combined together without a chemical reaction taking place. So lemonade is a mixture. Here some of the examples of mixtures. Smog is the mixture of smoke and fog. Mud is the mixture of dirt and water. Cement is the mixture of sand, water and gravel. Seawater is the mixture of water and salt. LPG. What is LPG known as? LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. It is used as a fuel for domestic and industrial purposes. LPG is the mixture of butane and propane gases. These gases converted into liquid form under the pressure. Then it can be stored in LPG cylinders. Now let us know the differences between the mixture and a compound by the following experiment. In this experiment, powdered sulfur and iron fillings mixed together to form a mixture. Sulfur is a non-metal, iron is a metal. This mixture is divided into two equal halves. First half of the mixture should be kept as it is, but second half of the mixture should be heated. On heating, we can get a black brittle compound. This compound is known as iron 2 sulfide. Mixture of iron and sulfur converted into a compound that is known as iron 2 sulfide on heating. Here the properties of mixture entirely different from the properties of compound. So mixtures of sulfur and iron have the different properties when we compared with the iron 2 sulfide. Now, can we tabulate the differences between mixture and compound? Mixture consists of two or more substances. Compound consists of one substance. The amount of the substances can vary in mixtures. In compounds, the amount of the elements are fixed. Mixtures can often be easily separated by physical method, chemical method. But compounds can only be separated into the elements by a chemical reaction. Then properties are similar to the substances used to make the mixture. Properties are different to the substances used to make the compound. Next, we are going to know about the types of mixtures. Mixtures can be classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous based on their composition. Homogeneous mixtures divided into solution and alloys. Heterogeneous mixtures can be divided into suspensions and colloids. Homogeneous mixtures. In homogeneous mixture, the components are uniformly mixed. All solutions are examples of a homogeneous mixture. It has single phase. We cannot differentiate the boundaries of particles. Alloys are examples of a solution. Alloys are mixtures of metals. Alloys are usually produced by melting the mixture of metals. Some familiar examples of alloys include brass, stainless steel, cast iron, etc. These alloys enhances the strength and corrosion resistance. For example, pure gold is very soft. When this gold is mixed with the copper, it becomes harder and suitable to make gold ornaments. Next, heterogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous mixture, the components are not mixed uniformly. It has two or more distinct phases. We can identify the various boundaries of the particles. Mixture of sand in water is the example of heterogeneous mixture. Sand does not dissolve in water, so it forms the two layers of phases. It is easy to separate. Mixture of sand in water is suspension. Next, colloid. Colloid is a solution in which the size of solute particles is intermediate between true solution and suspension. Examples are milk, blood, etc. In our daily activities, we need to apply some separation methods. For example, when your mother prepares tea, she needs to separate the tea leaves from the tea with a strainer. Like this, in mixture, there are many harmful substances are not useful. To remove these harmful or unuseful components, we need to apply some separation techniques. So next we are going to know about methods of separating substances from mixtures. Heterogeneous mixture. Solid and solid mixture can be separated by the methods like hand picking. Solid mixture of vegetables and fruits separated by hand picking method. Then sieving. Flour. The dust particles from the flour separated by sieving method. Then winnowing method. Through this winnowing method, lighter particles are removed. Then magnetic separation. By using magnetic separation, iron is separated. Next, insoluble solid and liquid. Example is sand in water. Sand in water mixture separated by the sedimentation and decantation. Then filtration. Two immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids means they do not mixed together. These are two immiscible liquids are oil and water. These immiscible liquids are separated by decantation and separating funnel. Next, homogeneous mixtures. Soluble solid and liquid. The example is milk powder in hot water. This soluble solid and liquid mixture is separated by evaporation, distillation and crystallization methods. Two miscible liquids. Example is alcohol and water. Alcohol and water are miscible liquids. Miscible means they mixed together. This miscible liquids can be separated by fractional distillation method. Solution of two or more solids in a liquid. Example is dyes in water. So these solution of two or more solids in a liquid separated by chromatography methods. Let us see about the different separation methods. First, sublimation. Sublimation involves direct vaporization and condensation of a solid without formation of an intermediate liquid phase. Sublimation is used for separation of volatile components from non-volatile components. Volatile component is ammonium chloride. Non-volatile component is salt. So, ammonium chloride and salt mixture can be separated by the sublimation method. Some examples of solids which sublime are ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene. Let us perform an activity to separate a mixture of ammonium chloride and salt. Take a mixture of ammonium chloride and salt in a china dish. Cover this china dish with inverted conical transparent funnel. At the other end of the funnel, put a cotton plug so that vapor could not come out. Now, place china dish on a burner. As the ammonium chloride is sublime, after heating, it will directly converted into vapor. And this vapor will again condense at the upper colder part of funnel to form solid ammonium chloride. In this way, the mixture of ammonium chloride and salt can be separated by the sublimation method. Next separation method is centrifugation. Centrifugation is a technique used for the separation of particles from a solution according to their size, shape, density of the medium. The particles are suspended in a liquid medium and placed in a centrifuge tube. The tube is then placed in a rotor and spun at a defined speed. The separation is achieved by spinning a vessel containing material at high speed. The centrifugal force pushes heavier materials to the outside of the vessel. In a solution, particles whose density is higher than that of the solvent sink. That is known as sediment. So what are the particles are settled down? They are known as sediment. And particles that are lighter than it floats to the top. Centrifugation is the process where a mixture is separated through spinning. Centrifugation is used to separate skim milk from whole milk, water from your clothes. In the washing machine, this centrifugal force principle is used, and blood cells from your blood plasma. The next separation method is solvent extraction. Solvent extraction is a method to separate compounds based on their relative solubilities in two different immiscible liquids. Usually, immiscible liquids are water and oil or kerosene. Common examples of solvents include water, ethanol, methanol and acetone. The term solvent can be defined as a substance that has the ability to dissolve a given solute to form a solution with it. You can separate oil and water using a separating funnel. It looks a bit like this. Pour in the mixture of the immiscible liquids and give them time to settle. After some time, they will form two layers. oil above and water below. Place a container beneath the apparatus. Then open the stopcock and carefully collect the water in the container. Close it immediately. Any mistake could lead to a bit of the oil mixing with the water again. Now take another flask and place it beneath the apparatus and repeat the process. This time, however, you don't need to worry about water mixing with the oil. By using separating funnel, we can separate 2 or 3 immiscible liquids. So dear students, I hope you understood about the classification of matter, then pure substances and mixtures. Then we learned colloids and solutions, suspensions and alloys. Thank you students.